When we build value on the evaluation of the outside world, happiness becomes fragile and easily shaken by the words of others. True freedom is to confirm one's own value from the heart, not to rely on the recognition of others. Inner fear comes from clinging to the pain of the past or worrying about the future. When you go back to the present and look at your heart, you will find that no one can take away your inner integrity and love. When you are willing to let go of your obsession with the outside world, you can find true freedom and joy. We have all been hurt and doubted ourselves because of failure or not being understood. But your value never depends on the evaluation of the outside world. You have infinite love and power inside, and it has been waiting for you to explore. Only when you learn to embrace your imperfections and stop criticizing yourself can you truly reconcile with yourself. When you choose to forgive yourself and choose to treat your heart compassionately, true love is to gently embrace yourself, whether it is light or shadow. Are you often used to pleasing the world, longing to be loved and accepted? But this path will eventually make us lost, because happiness should not be based on other people's preferences. When you learn to love yourself, you will no longer be afraid of losing or pander to you, but be loyal to your heart and let your inner strength guide you. True love is not to pursue outward, but to give birth to warmth and compassion from the heart. Only when you stop relying on the outside world to prove your value can you truly live your own light. When you learn to love yourself, you will find that inner love is more indestructible than anything else in the world. Do you think that happiness comes from external possession, but in fact, inner peace is the real abundance? When you learn to love yourself, you will no longer be influenced by external gains and losses, but you can find stability and a sense of security in your heart. No matter how the world changes, happiness no longer depends on others, but comes from one's own deep compassion and trust in life. Let's learn to let go of comparison, let go of criticism, and embrace ourselves with a gentle heart. Just like the sun shining on the earth, we don't ask whether it is worth it or not, just because life is perfect. Have you ever been covered by the noise of the world? Society tells us that we should become more successful, meet the standards, and cater to others, but can all these really bring happiness? When you stop catering to the expectations of the outside world and calm down, you will find that you already have all the answers in your heart. True freedom is to be loyal to the heart and not bound by the secular framework. No matter what others think, you can still choose to live your own truth. When you are loyal to yourself, you will no longer feel lost, but can find stability and peace in your heart. True happiness does not come from the recognition of the outside world, but from inner freedom and peace. When you are willing to reconcile with your past and embrace your vulnerability with compassion, you can truly set foot on the road of freedom. You don't need to be perfect. You deserve to be loved and love yourself. Let go of those bondages that make you suffer, and you will find the peace and strength deep in your heart. Instead of being afraid of getting hurt, it's better to embrace yourself gently and let love be the best healing. You don't need conditions to love yourself. You don't need to reach a certain standard, and you don't need to become good enough, because you deserve love. Only when you accept yourself unconditionally, whether it is strengths or weaknesses, can you truly experience integrity and freedom. To truly love yourself is to be gentle to yourself in the dark and light. No longer change yourself to please the world, but choose to live yourself sincerely. To truly love yourself is to choose to embrace yourself regardless of the wind or rain. Do we always treat ourselves too harshly? When we make mistakes, do we constantly blame ourselves? When we feel helpless, do we feel that we are not good enough? But please remember that you deserve to be treated kindly, and this tenderness should start with yourself. Learning to be kind to yourself means allowing yourself to make mistakes, allowing yourself to have emotions, and allowing yourself to have vulnerable moments. When you can be gentle with yourself, your heart will become more firm. To love yourself, it is not to become perfect, but to learn to get along with yourself gently. Whether it is good or adversity, you can stand on your side.